You have probably heard about an online deep dive personality quiz that is based on a conceptual theory proposed by Carl Jung, the famous Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst. Yes, we are talking about the 16 personality test from MBTI. At the end of the quiz, you will get a set of letters describing your personality traits. Each of the 4 letters in a personality type code stands for a preference in your style of thinking and behaving. The 16 personalities are split into 4 subcategories, which are the analyst, diplomats, sentinels, and of course the explorers. I've taken the test 3 times, each time with years apart, and I got INFJ A on all results. It stands for introversion, intuition, feeling, and judgment. The A stands for assertive. You can either be assertive or turbulent. INFJs are the least common type in the population, making it even more difficult to be understood, hence why I'm making this video. Some key traits for an INFJ are sympathetic, submissive, reserved, patient, gentle, and caring. Commonly found in careers such as counseling, teaching, arts, and then you have me. I'm an electro-engineering student. Alright, so now I will read some typical phrases about INFJs and I will add my experience and thoughts about it. Never felt like you fit in. Oof, it is hitting me hard with the first one. I feel like I've been categorized and I do feel that I'm awkward and weird. I had a hard time socializing and getting to know people, and I spent my childhood and my teenage year pretty isolated. I used to either shut myself into a bathroom stall during lunch breaks so I wouldn't be seen alone, or I would run as far as I could get away from the school and then run back in time to class. I was mistaken as being rude because I don't know how to keep conversation flowing. I'm not a big hugger, and I don't know, I feel different because a lot of people feel different, but I never understood how to be a part of the community. I also feel different because I have a really strong intuition that I base many of my judgments from. That's something I don't really speak about loudly, but I have mentioned it here on my channel. Yeah, I do feel like I've been an outcast my whole life. As I've gotten older, I've accepted that this is a part of who I am. Of course, I'm working on it every single day. I'm okay with not having a big circle as long as I have a few that I can trust, or else I'm perfectly happy by myself. Like, I do live in my own thoughts. Sounded like the biggest lie, but I am comfortable in my own company. Whew, the first one threw me off, but let's continue. One thing's perfect and often procrastinate. Well, that's me 100%. I do feel like I need everything to be done perfectly or else I won't do it, and I will spend forever try to make it perfect. It's like my clothing business that I started in 2016 and have yet to sell the inventory. That's because I needed better photography, and then I needed better website functionality, then I had to have every payment method available, and then I needed to be translated into 10 different languages. Yeah, you see the pattern and the problem here. I have a fear of failure, and I feel like if it's not done perfectly, it won't succeed, which is not true, but that's what my brain is telling me, and it's hard to fight against it. Procrastination is also a huge problem in my daily life. If a task is not fulfilling, I will do something meaningful and practical so I will feel good about myself instead of actually doing what I should do. A way that I cope with this is by cleaning the entire house. So if the house is clean, it means that I am avoiding something. Okay, next one. Value beauty and quality. You admire structure, great looks, and would rather have one nice thing than 10 mediocre ones. Yes, absolutely. To me, beauty is inspiring, it is calming. But what I hate the most though is when something looks halfway done or is damaged. Like, I can never understand how people can be at peace, like living in a home where there's cracks in the floor, halfway painted walls, or missing, not furniture, but like bits of the furniture, and ceiling that's not done. It's a little ironic that I am currently living in a home like that, but to me it's stressful. And I'm also the type to surprisingly have a low shopping spending, and that's because I'm never looking to buy something. Any purchase that I do is thought through, and the items is something that I truly value. And I do go by this rule where I see something that I like and I have to come back a few more days and see if I still like it, and if I do, then I'm allowed to buy it. I will also spend more if it's better quality. That is also why you won't see me in the sales section, because of what I'm looking to buy is most likely not there. And when I end up buying something, it is something that I can cherish for years to come, and that is rarely a spontaneous purchase. Another thing that is important to me is taking care of myself, and I don't mean this on a superficial level. I just want to feel good about myself in general. I cannot stress enough how much this hair causes me brain damage sometimes. I know it's so dumb. My hair literally drives me crazy. If it's yellow, if it's greasy, it can be the reason for me not filming YouTube videos or even looking at myself in the mirror. Like, I hate it so much, and it stresses me out to the point where I cannot live a normal life. Yeah, I'm trying to overcome it. It should be one of my New Year's resolutions for 2023. Yeah, I know, it's so dumb. Some people would say that their first impression of me would be superficial, but I don't feel like I identify with that. I just value tidiness. Beauty to me is calming, and I prefer quality over quantity. That's it. You are quick to cut people off. Oh yeah. The moment I feel like a friendship or a relationship is not working or it's not good for me, I'll cut ties completely. I don't want to go back and forth and dealing with the drama and the emotional impact it will have on me. It doesn't matter who you are. If you hurt me, I'll be gone. Like, I don't care. Maybe that's a way to protect myself, but yeah, the moment I feel like this is not good for me, I'm gone. I'm not angry for long periods of time. I simply get rid of people who show their true colors, and I'm not very forgiving. Well, yeah, it sounds like I'm holding grudges, but to an extent. Like, I feel like if I've given you several chances and I have seen no progress in getting better, I don't see why I should be actively in your life. I'm better off. You absorb other people's emotions. I will adopt your feelings and it will affect my daily life. It is something that I wish I just can turn off sometimes, because it's not just people that I do know, it is strangers as well. If something bad happens, I need to know if everything worked out. It's not that I'm just curious, it truly means a lot to me. I cannot sleep well at night not knowing if it had a happy ending or not. I'm soaking all of the emotions and it feels overwhelming at times. On the other hand, I'm good at detecting lies. It will look like I'm buying your story while you're telling it, but in the back of my head, I'm taking notes, and if I suspect too many lies, which I'm basing off my gut feeling and of course some evidence, I will cut you off. I just don't feel like I need that kind of people in my life. You are sensitive to conflicts and criticism. I get really taken aback by conflicts and criticism. I used to have this really bad habit of replaying the scenario over and over again in my head, thinking about all of the different ways I could have handled the situation differently and what I should have said. And I'm sure a lot of people do this, but I think the difference is that I cannot let this go. Most people would just think about it in the heat of the moment and then just do something else. This will bother me for days, weeks, or even months. And each time it is replaying in my head, I feel like my soul is leaving my body. It's the most horrifying feeling in the world, and I don't know how to stop this from happening. As I've gotten older, I have learned that everything that is outside of my control should not be given second thoughts. But it's hard. I totally get it if you feel the same way. It's terrifying. Criticism can't be avoided, but I do take it to heart whenever someone criticizes me, because I do feel like I do everything to the best of my ability, and when someone doesn't agree with me, my self-esteem gets shattered like that. A good percentage of all the conflicts that I get drawn into is the other person's mirroring. So I've learned to be aware, to set boundaries so I can protect myself and my vibration. I sound so spiritual. Okay, so the last one is you gravitate towards people who needs help. So if you take a look at my friendship history, you can see that I've been pretty close with all of my friends. I think that's because I'm the type that goes all in on a friendship and we become best friends just in a matter of months. That's a blessing and a curse. I've had plenty of best friends, and a common theme is that I somehow always end up with people who are struggling. It's not that I'm looking for someone to save, because I don't have that kind of mentality, but I do feel like maybe it's because I'm approachable and I'm the type of person who understands and someone they want to open up to. But I've yet to experience a friendship that had lasted more than just a few years. What tends to happen is that I'm only valued as a counselor. They tell me that I'm their realest friend, but yet I'm not invited to their birthday party. So that kind of actions really hurt my feelings, and as you just learned, I will cut ties. So if you hurt me, I won't be your friend anymore, and that's a problem for me. I feel like I have a hard time finding my people, the people that I can always trust and create a good relationship with. So I can go on and on, but we are going to stop here. So please let me know what kind of personality type you are in the comments below, and also let me know if you found this insightful or if you thought this was just plain boring. I want to know either way. That's about it, guys. I hope you liked it, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care in the meantime. Mwah! I think I need to do a better outro next time.